Attack. Attack of the show. Attack.
Hello and welcome to Attack of the Show. I'm Kevin Pereira.
And I'm Alice Paislett. Olivia is resting comfortably in a cryogenic chamber, so don't worry. We are coming to you from the G4 studios in Los Angeles.
On the show today, undead felines and elderly gangbangers invade our studio and around the net. It's kind of like the internet went crazy, and we were there to capture it all on tape. Then we've got a high-energy AOTS classic. Back in 2007, Olivia and I attempted to make smoothies and host the show while running on treadmills.
What?
Didn't go so well for Olivia.
Oh. Plus, you'll live long and prosper after seeing Trek alum Jolene Blaylock drop by to talk about being a sister of the dark on Legend of the Seeker. And it's an AOTS exclusive, your first look at the trailer for The Losers, a film based on the acclaimed Vertigo comic book.
Yes, but right now, Around the Net delights you in bringing you magical videos from all over the interwebs.
So if you like ghost cats and rapping grannies, you've come to the right place.
China is a very, very clean place, except for all the spit on the ground.
Yeah, and the lead particles in the air.
There's a lot of lead particles in there, yeah.
But otherwise, they really have top men on the cleaning crew 24 hours a day.
Yes.
They're on top of it.
Whoa!
Don't break a sweat, buddy. Relax. Easy. We don't want you pulling something there.
Sure, take a break every now and then.
All right, today's number 4 is from the second episode of season 2 of Charlie Brooker's News Swipe, courtesy of ye old British Broadcasting Corporation.
Oi!
Oi.
In this clip, Brooker breaks down exactly what goes into the editing of a news story. And I mean every news story.
It starts here, with a lackluster establishing shot of a significant location.
Next, a walkie-talkie preamble from the auteur, pacing steadily towards the lens, punctuating every other sentence with a hand gesture and ignoring all the milling around him like he's gliding through the matrix, before coming to a halt and posing a question. What comes next?
Another bit of dull visual abstraction to plug another gap now before the report segues gracefully into a bit of human interest courtesy of some dowdy man opening letters in a kitchen and explaining how he's been affected by the issue.
When I'm watching the news, I don't really, there's a person talking to me, telling me what's going on, and I don't really listen to what they're saying. It's just news. It's just news.
He, unfortunately, was boring, so to wake you up, this is an animated chart, this is a silhouette representing the average family, and this is a lighthouse keeper being beheaded by a laser beam.
And then I say something funny.
And then I make a joke that takes it one step too far.
And then we clap and laugh.
Today's number 1 item comes to us from the wild and exciting world of professional live video casting.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm falling asleep.
Stay with us, stay with us. This clip is using the Justin TV software. It shows us what happens when we're not careful about what we're looking at with our webcams. You'll be all right.
Go here, right-click download in Save As, or you can go over here. Oh, can we watch ourselves? Will it let us do that on here? Ourselves? Oh my God! Ourselves? Oh my God! Ourselves? Oh my God! 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 That's cool. Pause that. Oh my God! That's cool. Oh my God! Oh my God! That's cool.
Okay, all right, stop. Stop.
Okay, I'll admit that was pretty entertaining.
That was. I mean, we should do that with our video wall.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Now let's get it up on the wall.
No.
Look, there it is. Hey!
No,
What's that?
really?
Oh.
This is just not a good idea. Kevin, you want to
It's kind of freaking me out now.
No.
How do we cleanse our palate after that?
Glad you asked. We can actually do it. How about we show the worst video on the internet?
Oh, is it so bad that it's good? That kind of like so bad it's good?
No, it's just so bad.
Oh, yeah. I saw the sun's feet. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's us. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Well, I'm done with hot sauce. So,
And feet.
yeah.
Today's #1 item took its inspiration from last year's low-budget fright flick, Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, except instead of a young couple that's dealing with like a poltergeist haunting in their new house, this clip is it's about a flying ghost cat.
No, yeah.
Can we show it one more time?
I would like to show that one more time.
I love it. Can we do that one more time? I really enjoy the cat clip. I don't know. Here's a ghost cat. And he's flying up the stairs.
Yeah, I understand that it's all fun and games,
Yeah.
right? When you're watching online and you're watching on TV right now. But let me just tell you guys something, okay? Having something haunted by ghost cats is not fun. It is not fun.
No, that's okay.
Personal experience, not
You're
fun.
right. Well, I mean, you tell me. I mean, I think not only are they constantly tearing at fabrics with their ghost
It's
claws.
annoying.
Yeah. They're also really loud.
They're
There's
so
creepy...
loud. There's
Oh,
all-
no, God!
Come on.
I'll get this one.
Okay, wait. What? Okay.
Oh! This is not... Do we have a creepy laser pointer or something? Guys, I
Do
don't
you
know.
know how to summon like a ghost dog or...
Easy. Ghost Dog was a great movie. Great. Coming in at #1 and making everything better and kind of worse at the same time, like Allison just did, is an old lady with a questionable song right in her throat.
Yeah, the gang at Everything Is Terrible are internet time travelers, and today they've resurrected the rapping granny.
I'm over 60, and that's no joke, and I've given up tobacco, but I'm still smoking. Some people think I'm over the hill. They don't understand, they never will. That get me older, needn't be a drag, even though things sort of start to sag. Gravity's gonna happen, Newton said, but you can't spend your life standing on your head. But I won't be upset, won't come unstrung. I'm feeling good and I'm feeling young. Doctor gave me my new hip. I knew the good times could roll, so let them rip.
Well, now, as a special treat to our viewers, let's please welcome the West Coast's greatest granny rapper, Grand Granny G! Yeah!
Granny G in the house!
Granny G, that's you.
Drop that beat, young man.
Yeah!
Yo, Palm Springs represent. Golf and Dry Heat Museums. What?
Yeah! She got the whirlers and whoa!
Oh dear,
what's
oh
this?
dear, oh dear.
This one's from Florida. East Coast forever.
No!
You dry climate nobody.
Oh my gosh! Oh, Kevin?
That is not good.
Wait, Kevin, I'm just getting word in that we have an emergency commercial to play. Does that happen? Do we do that?
Only in extreme emergencies, so we should roll it now.
Yeah.
Grand Granny G was an inspiration, a legend. Now she's dead, gunned down in cold blood. Another tragic victim of the senior citizen rap wars. But that doesn't mean her music is over. Grand Granny G's Revival is her all-new album, compiled from newly discovered unreleased recordings from the master rapper herself. Enjoy new hits like At the Breakfast Buffet, Discount Wednesdays, and Where My Grandkids At. And her classics like Social Security, Just Want a Phone with Big Buttons, and I Left My Turn Signal Going on Purpose, bitch. Grand Granny G was the voice of your grandparents' generation. Keep that voice going now, and probably for the next 5 to 7 years, as we keep finding new recordings for you to buy.
Still ahead, Anna David is at the Hustler store with everything you need to know about sex.
Or at least a few pointers. Not that kind of pointer.
Takenbock! A Taken Spezialbier!
Matt, if you didn't know, Blair Butler reviews brand new comics on the this show. But what if you've never read a comic before and you don't know where to start?
Well, actually, you don't have to worry. Miss Butler has 5 perfect starter comics featuring one of the biggest superheroes of all time.
Ooh, Stiltman?
No, it's not Stiltman.
Damn.
Welcome to the Batcave at Dreamworld Comics for the inaugural edition of Fresh Ink 101. We're going to be looking at some of the best comics ever written, and I'm kicking things off with a lesson plan on the gateway drug known as Batman. Okay, so maybe you've seen some of the Batman movies like The Dark Knight, or you've played the Arkham Asylum video game, and you're ready to crack the spine of a graphic novel. Well, here's a list of some of the best Bat books for beginners, and a little bit of extra credit for the advanced students. You've got to start somewhere, and you can't go wrong with Batman Year One. In this gritty 1987 reimagining, comic book legends Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli update Batman's origin story, show how Bruce Wayne developed his pointy-eared alter ego, and introduce you to Jim Gordon long before he was the Commissioner. It's the dark Bat beginning every fan should read. Of course, you can't have Batman without his greatest villain, and there is no better introduction to the Joker than Batman the Killing Joke. You'll see what makes the Joker tick in this Alan Moore scripted classic that stunned readers when it first came out in 1988. A quick warning, Killing Joke includes a moment of violence so shocking and horrific that over 25 years later, it's still hotly debated by fans, feminists, and critics. This is the comic that turned the Joker from a ridiculous clown into the murderous monster we all know today. All right, so now you've met all the major players, and it's time for them to face off in the incredible comic that inspired the video game, Batman Arkham Asylum. First published in 1989, Arkham features gorgeously grotesque art and a twisted story by Grant Morrison that poses one of comics' most intriguing questions. Is the Batman just as crazy as the criminals he's sworn to take down? This chilling look at the origins of Arkham Asylum and the madmen imprisoned there may just be my favorite Bat book of all time. And now that you've seen Batman's past and present, it's time to tackle his future in the classic The Dark Knight Returns. In a dystopian tomorrow where the criminals have won, an elderly Bruce Wayne comes out of retirement to face the Joker one final time. But it's the climactic showdown with Superman that blew minds and established this hard-boiled 1986 Frank Miller Bat classic as one for the ages. And last but not least, if you've read everything else on my list, how about the craziest extra Bat credit ever, something that will pull together elements from every other story you've read? It's Batman Planetary Night on Earth. Planetary was a wonderful Warren Ellis and John Cassaday series that deconstructed comics. And in this team-up, we see Planetary's multi-dimensional explorers come face-to-face with multiple incarnations of Batman, from the cheesy Adam West TV version to Miller's glowering Dark Knight. It's a fitting tribute to the many versions of this iconic character and all the great Batman stories we've loved through the years. So that's your curriculum for the first edition of Fresh Ink 101, but I promise this will be the best homework assignment you ever do.
Now, earlier this week, Olivia and we tried to review the new Digital Storm gaming PC on Gadgetron. It didn't work.
Yeah, things kind of descended into madness pretty quickly.
Yeah, so here for your viewing pleasure is the much-discussed Lol Prawn.
What?
He said we got to make it through this segment, and I know it's going to be tough, but let's get it. We got it.
This thing is going to fall.
No, we're fine. It's good.
Oh, hey. Here are some words to describe gaming PCs. Big.
Yes. Well, that's one word.
Powerful.
Yep.
Expensive.
Not necessarily. Since the last game your PC could play was Leisure Suit Larry, you might want to consider upgrading to a Digital Storm online machine. With the i7 Enthusiast 2, you'll get an overclocked Intel quad-core processor, 2 NVIDIA GTX 275 video cards, up to 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM, and a 250 gig solid-state drive. That's all in addition to a 3-year parts and labor warranty and lifetime tech support, all starting at $1,550. Well, we may be falling apart, but at least this PC isn't. We're supposed to do that. It's fine.
That will not reflect the rating at the end. Don't worry.
No, they're supposed to. Those are drive bays.
Okay, we've had a digital storm gaming rig on the show before, but this time we are reviewing the Enthusiast 2. It looks really big for gaming PC.
It does.
How do you think it compares to the other models?
It's actually not the biggest we've seen. It still is pretty large. The case is fairly deep, and that's because of the top loading setup for the peripherals. This is the first time we've seen that type of layout. You know, unlike other computers, you have to crawl and search behind the back to plug everything in. This thing, everything loads on top, and then you actually string it through the back, making it much easier to unplug and swap out different external devices. So it's a cool touch. There's actually a touch screen on the front as well that monitors the temperature of your system, and you can just tap to unlock and tap whatever you want, control your fan speed, select crushed ice or cubed, and you don't have to open the case at all. It's just all right there.
Okay, well, when dealing with a custom rig like this, the buyer is usually someone who's going to, you know, eventually get in there and tinker around and upgrade and do some different stuff to it, to the hardware. So how easy is it to get in there?
It's very easy, actually. I mean, you just literally pull off the top cover, and then there you have access. There's 2 little thumb screws. You want to do those bad boys?
But those thumb screws, you can lose the top of that.
Yeah, I lost one earlier on accident. But, I mean, look, some designs don't use screws that pull out all the way. This one happens to. But it's really easy to get the case off and get in there, and that's the important part. It has 2 video cards, 6 fans, plenty of room to get around inside, and the cables are neatly grouped together, and that really helps reduce clutter, as you can see.
Okay, now the last digital storm rig that we had was a pretty low price for something like this.
Yeah, it was in our gaming roundup, and it was very, very reasonably priced.
Okay, so this
I'm agreeing with you, Olivia. The statement that you just made, I'm telling you yes. And?
Okay. I'm just saying that this is a little bit more expensive.
Oh, wow, you are right. Well, of all the computers we've rated, if you're what?
What?
You tell me. Let's talk about the computer for a second. In terms of speed, in all of the gaming PCs that we've had on the show, this one's in the top 4. Yeah, that's good. We ran the 3D Mark Vantage benchmarking software, and it doubled the score of the other digital storm. So it's twice as fast. Left 4 Dead 2, which you're seeing here, worked flawlessly. Again, it's not the most graphic-intensive PC game.
Why didn't you use the most graphic-intensive?
Because we wanted to mix it up, Olivia. We don't want the viewers to ever know what's coming around the corner. Watch out, kids. Stay on your toes. Keep alert. But with the settings on high, it all ran very smoothly. It's not the fastest PC we've ever seen, but it's up there. The performance was impressive. So, again, $2,500. It includes it, overclocked. On top of that, you get Digital Storm's 3-year parts and labor warranty and lifetime tech support. Which you don't get if you build your own. So what are we rating it? We're going to get 4 out of 5. There's no excuse. There's no reason why. Digital Storm, I'm so sorry. It's a great machine. 4 out of 5 is good. Right on. Still ahead. Will a hot alien chick make out with me in Mass Effect 2? What? Adam Sessler has answers in Game Break.
And later, the lovely Jolene Blaylock from Legend of the Seeker drops in to voice her displeasure with AT&T. But really, that happened.
Yes, but first, here's the exclusive trailer for the film based on the Vertigo comic book, The Losers.
I sure hope he doesn't see us in this bright yellow banana.
Are you trying to say that you're embarrassed to be seen in an American classic? And we wide?
Target is westbound.
CIA, NSA, Special Forces. Hit it. We're not them. We're the losers.
Ladies.
But even the government's best.
We're in.
And the crowd goes wild.
Clay, we have a situation here.
Get betrayed.
This is Max. Change of plans. The losers know too much. Kill them. Good times.
We're not soldiers anymore. We're fugitives. Want your life back? You're gonna have to steal it. Who are you?
I have a business proposition for you, Clay.
I can help you find Max.
What's the catch, lady?
It's pretty much a suicide mission.
That's not, like, foreboding at all.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
You know that if we do this, we are waging a war against the Central Intelligence Agency.
They started it.
Don't speak, even whisper.
That's a badass chick.
She is volatile.
Oh my God!
I'm the Black MacGyver. Blacgyver.
I need an exit. Open fire! Shoot it down!
Oh! Are you sure you've done this before?
Okay, right now, not the time.
Mama didn't raise no fool.
Thank you. Outstanding. I'm sorry I hit you in the face.
I'm sorry I threatened to cut your head off.
Don't you two feel so much better?
No.
Yes, and Adam Tesler stopped by to talk about the video game series that first broke the hot alien on human sex barrier. Well, let's get on board with Mass Effect, because this is the one I missed the boat the first time. I did not play the first Mass Effect.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't. I totally missed it. I was like, look, turn-based, I don't know. I want to do my own shooting. And then getting into Mass Effect 2, I love it so far, and I feel like, damn it, I really missed out. Like, I feel like I'm missing some of the story. It's catching me up.
Yeah, it's interesting. For just the purposes of story, I think there was value in playing the first Mass Effect, because number 2 is very epic, and I think it resonates on a better level if you kind of know what happened in the first one. When it comes to gameplay and all those things, it's such a major improvement that more or less, if you've gone Mass Effect 2, you can't go back.
Right.
It's going to be really challenging.
And let's talk about that, because the moment I started playing this, I said, oh, I need to go back and play 1. I want that. And then I heard, actually, no, if you like the combat system, which is sort of a main portion of the game, you're not going to like Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2 kind of changed the combat.
Yeah, Mass Effect 1, what the highlights were was the storytelling, all the interaction, all the stuff that was...
chatter.
Yeah, all the stuff that was quite revolutionary for BioWare. But they really kind of fell short on combat, that while it was kind of fun to be in the middle of, there was no visceral throw. There's nothing like that. And here they've revamped it, so if you have the reticle on someone's head, you're getting a headshot. Right. And a lot of your biotic powers, which are... It's Mass Effect for force powers. You can do those real time with your character Shepard, and really mixing those two together without having to stop down and select it is very exciting and very, very satisfying.
And what about things like squad management? Very important for a game like this when you're constantly running around with your squad. I like the fact that the game just sort of does it for me.
Yes, I know that there is a group of people that kind of are used to the more traditional RPGs that are disappointed. It makes the game so much more accessible. It's amazing. And I think the one unsung aspect of Mass Effect 2 is this support AI is good. Yeah. And it's so good you don't notice how good it is. This isn't like Resident Evil 5 where someone's getting in your way. Even if I want cover that they're in, they move. Like, oh, I'll go into gunfire. You stay safe.
You paid for this experience. Here, let me get shot.
It really is. It's very satisfying, and it really is up to par with almost every other aspect of the game.
And what about the decisions that you make from the first game? They actually come into play in Mass Effect 2, right?
Now, unfortunately, when I did my review of Mass Effect 1, I found out at the last minute that I played on a hard drive that was sent to me by Microsoft that I sent back. So I didn't have a full save from the first game. I still had an experience that actually pretty much replicated what I had done in the first. And now in talking to other people here at work who are playing it, it's very clear that small things actually do reverberate into your playthrough.
You banged the wrong alien in the wrong solar system.
And apparently they're even going to have impact in Mass Effect 3. I think what's most interesting is you and I were just talking. I don't want to give anything away, but people are having much different experiences than I had.
Yeah, now I'm probably like 4-6 hours into the game, and I said, well, what about this part? And you went, huh? Like I was playing a completely different experience.
There's one
I was
character,
Tiger Woods golfing, as far as you knew.
There's one character in the game that never really got along with me and was always very obstreperous, and he apparently is very friendly with some other people here at G4.
Let me ask you this. I don't doubt that, but I sat through a loading screen on the ship just to go hit on Meredith. When can I put it in her in the game? And how many different people in Mass Effect?
Miranda.
Oh, Miranda.
Yes.
Maybe that's why she wanted to have sex with me. I always say, let's chat. I'm sitting by her desk all the time. Hey, yeah, let's talk upgrades. Now, when can I get to it?
Well, you need to be diligent. And like I said, I've only had my playthrough.
What do you recommend? What
you have to be a really good listener, Kevin.
I can't do that. I skip all of her dialogue. I'm pressing X. I'm like, shut up and get naked.
I think she can tell. Just humor her. But, actually, from what I gathered, you need to be very diligent about talking to people. And I'll just say that when I did get busy, it was not with who I thought it was going to be with, and it happened not when I thought it would.
Oh, surprise.
Yes.
Just
unlike any aspect of my life.
Exactly. I know you loved it. I'm shocked at how much I am enjoying it. I'm having a blast with it. What was X-Play giving this?
This is a 5 out of 5. And, on the level of emphatic as Uncharted 2. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't play this game.
Agreed. All right, now before you go, I hear you have a bit of an anniversary coming up.
Oh, yes. We're very old, and we're going to identify that on February 1st because we're celebrating our 1,000th. 1,000th episode. Congrats. And that's leading up to the 1-hour special. We have a fan-favorite marathon where the viewers voted on their very favorite episodes of X-Play. So you'll see all of Morgan's hairstyles, my one hairstyle that stays the same and just kind of gets lighter and lighter.
It's graceful. It's graceful. Don't miss X-Play's 1,000. It's February 1st. Congratulations on that, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
February 1st, yes. Really, big deal.
I think the world changes, right? Because you guys just had one only a few months ago.
It feels exactly the same when you wake up.
Awesome.
You just crack a little bit more. That's about it.
Yay.
Anna David is one of the world's great sex explorers.
Yeah, she's like the Magellan of the vaginal canal. Oh! Yeah.
So that's why we sent her to a place where only a few 100,000 horny people have gone before, the Hustler store.
I'm Anna David here in San Diego. With millions of people getting it on, there's bound to be a need for sex advice. So I'm at Hustler Hollywood in San Diego to help out with the issues. In your pants, or whatever this is. All right, so Alex, I understand you have a question for me.
Yeah, I do, and actually, I'm dating this girl right now. Yeah. And when it comes to, like nudity and, like our sex thing, she's totally afraid to show off herself, nude.
Not everybody is totally comfortable being completely naked, I guess. And I think that people jump to conclusions. Sometimes they think, oh, is she hiding something? Is there something wrong? No, I mean,
I thought that.
Well, I'm here to tell you that doesn't mean she's hiding something. Talk to her about it. Just say, I think you're absolutely beautiful. I wish that I could see you at night. Don't put her on the spot. Don't say, I don't understand why are you hiding something? Tell her how beautiful you think she is.
I mean, I want to see her,
If she's totally shut down, she's not interested in talking about it, you, my friend, you're just going to have to get used to lights off. But I think you need to try talking to her first.
So say I'm at a bar,
and
I want to seal the deal with this chick. I mean, she's hot.
Like, what's the urgency needing to seal the deal right then? I think a girl is about 20,000 times more likely to go home with you if you say to her, hey, can I get your number? I would love to call you. I would love to take you out. Like, guys get nervous. Like, you think, I'm going to have to, take her out to some nice dinner. You don't need to do that. A lot of girls don't even want that.
Right.
So I think the best success you're going to have is by not trying to seal the deal that night and by actually, making it something you've got to work for a little bit.
Right.
I'm on a mission to make men not try to seal the deal that night. To try to seal the deal the next night.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a reasonable request.
Can you get STDs from oral sex?
The answer is yes, you can. I do not mean to freak you out. You absolutely can. Chlamydia, gonorrhea, even HIV can actually be passed along that way. The point is to have whatever sexual fluids are going on being passed back and forth, have them be in the mouth for the shortest period of time possible. Try not to have any lesions or open sores. And try not to have any STDs, and then we're all good. That's why you gotta practice safe sex, right?
Yes, I do.
Yes, Sam, I believed you when you said that. Just doing my part to help out the folks in San Diego. I'm Anna David. See you next time I go in your pants.
Stay tuned. Star Trek hottie Jolene Blaylock is stopping by to talk about The Legend of the Seeker.
And later, it's an AOTS treadmill classic that combines burning calories and cooking.
Why not?
There are these books about dragons called E-Ragon, which were written by a 12-year-old or some crap like that. You can tell because basically he replaced the D in dragon with an E, like, dude, which kid is gonna grow up to be the chosen dragon rider? Oh, maybe it's the kid with the dragon with an E name. Not very subtle. Also, I think you pronounce it Aragon, which was the dude in the Lord of the Rings who saves the hobbits. Actually, I like those movies, except there should have been more dragons eating hobbits.
Kevin says he.
From Hollywood to Bollywood. Geek goddess, Hamle ke show.
You may know Jolene Blaylock as the ridiculously hot Vulcan T'Pol from Star Trek Enterprise. The whole name of the show is Star Trek Enterprise.
The whole thing, yeah.
Or maybe from Legend of the Seeker.
Yes, but we love her because she hates AT&T.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Joining me now, Jolene Blaylock, everybody. How are you?
I'm well.
Did you promptly roll up newspaper and beat the hell out of that thing after it set you free?
Nah, because the poor little critter. I mean, it is one of God's.
That was a hideous-looking beast that was doing Lord knows what to your collar.
And there were like 10 of them there. 10 spider actors, but we actually only used the one who was brilliant.
You can ask for CG these days. You don't have to put yourself through that.
But you know what? It was Halloween. And it was sort of like my way of celebrating.
Really? Yeah, let's shoot this under a ladder. Let me break a mirror, and then let these little guys crawl at me. That'll be fun. I don't know why you signed up for that, but it was hot, so thank you. But I have to ask, what exactly is a Sister of the Dark?
Well, a Sister of the Dark is sort of... okay, well, I just have to put it in Star Wars terms. A Sister of the Light, would roll with the Republic, and the Sister of the Dark rolls with the Empire. So
you're a little bit of Sith going on there.
Yeah.
Darker side, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting it in terms that I think everybody out there understands. Yeah, I think this is a safe place to do that. Did you grow up watching Star Wars and Star Trek?
I did. When I was a kid, I don't know what it was, but for a year straight, I would come home after school in the 6th grade and just put on the trilogy just back to back.
How worried were your parents? I mean, were they supportive of that? Were they like, oh, look at that? Or, oh, we need to just get her some friends?
I honestly don't remember them being a part of my whole experience.
You're like, no, you remember speeder races, and that's about it. And you've admitted that you are a bit of obviously growing up with Star Wars and Star Trek, you're a bit of a nerd girl.
I'm a total geek.
Yeah? Now, see, in what capacity, though? Because obviously that's a lot of frothy excitement in the corner of the studio. But in what, some girls will say, oh, I'm a geek. I played Tetris growing up. But you're like, you were talking about cloud computing before you came onto our set just a couple minutes ago.
That's right, because I'm a Steve Jobs fan, and I think that he just revolutionizes everything that we do. He revolutionized the way we listen to music or the way we watch videos, and now with the tablet that I read in Variety, it's going to be it's heralded as the Jesus tablet. Yeah. I mean, this whole cloud computing is going to just revolutionize the way we live our lives.
The man revolutionized turtlenex. Anything he touches turns to gold. But did you see the news on the iPad? Did you hear about it?
I didn't see the presentation yesterday, but I read the article in Variety this morning.
Are you an iPhone girl? Are you a gadget girl?
I am an iPhone girl.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Where's that? did the iPhone scorn you?
No, it's I'm a big fan of the hardware. I am not a fan of AT&T.
Oh, that's okay to say that here. That's okay to say that here. You're not. Yeah. You're in good company. What happened with AT&T?
Well, just last week I dropped my iPhone in the ocean and they don't cover it. It's a $700. It's a $700 purchase,
right.
and I I did it. I had to do it. I have to stay connected, right?
Sure.
So I went into AT&T and I purchased the phone, and it froze on me for 2 days. And
the new phone, not the one that you oceaned.
Froze,
okay.
Black. Nothing. Trying the double reset, nothing.
Yeah.
So I go in, I wait in line, I'm there. I literally set the phone into the sales guy's hand, and he turns it on.
It magically
and
works.
Like,
of course it
does.
does.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
Yeah. Did you tell him to try and make a call on it? Because it probably wouldn't have gone through.
No.
It's AT&T. You'll be all right.
Yeah, that's right. I know. But the thing is like he treated me with such like a lack of respect and a lack of compassion.
What do you
for
think? You were trying to pull one over on him or something like that? Like, oh, the phone works now.
He made me feel as if I was trying to get a free phone or something. I don't know. And you know what? I spent $700. He didn't buy me dinner. I didn't get a drink. Before you bend me over, it's like, show me some freaking respect.
I agree. I would be locked into a contract for that. I would. What was his name? Charlie? David?
Jeremy? I don't know.
Hey,
honestly.
Jeremy? Epic fail, buddy. All right? You got to go to the Genius Bar for that stuff. You can't trust the AT&T. You have to go to the Apple Store. They're a little more respectful there.
Yeah.
When I dropped mine in the pool, the guy looked at it and went, "Did this go for a swim?" I was like, yeah. Not buoyant.
I know. Those pink sensors.
Yeah,
they
they get you every time. Damn it. You've admitted in the past, though, that you have a thing for Spock.
I do.
Are we talking new Spock? Are we Zachary? Or are we going for Nimoy?
You know what? I thought he did a great job. I thought he did a great job. So, but I'm nostalgic. I love the.
Your team Nimoy.
Yeah.
That's okay to be. That's all right to be. So what's you got? Legend of the Seeker going on. Obviously, you got a new iPhone. You're set now. What else is going on in your world?
A couple of movies coming out. I mean, if that's what you're asking about.
Sure, yeah. Or later tonight. I mean, whatever. I'm just asking. I'm trying to get a taste for what's going on.
I think my husband come down and beat down on you.
Yeah, that'd be whatever. I mean, whatever he's into.
I'd like to watch that actually.
Are you on the Twitter? Are you a Facebooker?
I am. It's Jolene Blaylock. Yeah.
So they follow you at Jolene Blaylock. And
Yeah.
Would you tweet like, "Hey, I'm going to come on Attack of the Show," or is it more like, "I can't believe this AT&T guy. Someone needs to come and choke him out"?
No, I'm not like that. Honestly, I don't tweet my every move. It's yeah.
It's probably better you didn't because of guys like me. It really is. Yeah. Yeah. Be safe out there.
Self-professed stalker.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Sign me up.
Great.
I've only been by your house a couple times on Street View. Only a couple times.
On Google Maps.
Yeah, exactly. Just to simulate it. I will hopefully see you tonight. You might not see me, but I will definitely see you tonight. Thanks for coming by the show. We appreciate it. I'm sorry if that's probably the quickest interview I've done. I'm sorry for that. You guys can catch Jolene tonight. The second episode of Legend of the Seeker is actually this weekend.
Still ahead. Are you ready to juicercise?
No. It's an AOTS classic we call The Treadmill, and it's coming up next.
Dragons are sweet. If you don't think so, then you don't know what sweet is. Dragons have powerful yet majestic wings that enable them to soar along the heavens and snatch the hottest damsels from the coolest towers. Dragons live in top-secret locations with trillions of dollars in treasure. They could pay off our national debt and still have mounds of gold and jeweled scepters to sleep on. Dragons breathe fire hotter than when you microwave water for tea, and it doesn't look very hot, but then when you dip the tip of your finger in to test it, it burns for at least 5 minutes after. That's how hot a dragon's breath is. And sometimes, dragons have awesome mustaches. I'm Jeremy, and dragons are sweet.
Coming up Monday on an all-new AOTS, Steven Seagal will be here to talk about his new films and what it's like to kick ass and take names as a lawman. Then we'll talk about the best of Sundance in the Loop. If you haven't heard the buzz about Exit Through the Gift Shop and Catfish, we'll fill you in. And in the craziest lethal defense yet, Weston Scott shows you how to have a gun battle while flying a helicopter. See it Monday.
So back in 2007, Kevin and Olivia watched a lively internet video by treadmilling painter John Kilduff.
Yes, Mr. Kilduff is famous for multitasking while running in place. So Olivia and I, we thought it'd be a great idea sort of imitate him, you know, running on a treadmill, making smoothies, posting around the net all at the same time.
Yeah.
No.
Apparently it almost killed Olivia, who couldn't stop dropping the S-bomb on live TV.
Let's internet, exercise, and juice, huh?
Okay.
Let's do this. Commence with the juicing. I'm going to start things off with a lovely, with the green apple. Get that in there.
Okay.
All right, so also we can exercise and talk about the internet, Olivia, right? Olivia? Olivia?
Yeah.
You okay? You're losing fruit left and right.
Oh, God. We're going to do something in your honor.
There we go.
Oh, God.
Another manzana in there. That's not
I'm sorry, I just...
Whoa!
Censors! This video, gotta say, deserves the juice in!
Oh, yeah. You're getting some bread. Wait, are you supposed to put the stems and everything? Okay. Are you okay?
I get scared every time it happens.
Well, if it gets caught, just put your hand in there and fish whatever it is out.
See this form right here, people? Watch this.
Why are you applauding that? She's jogging. I'm calling shenanigans on Olivia.
What?
During Assassin's Creed, you stepped off.
I did not step off.
You did the old lady LA Fitness, let me adjust my sneaker for 5 minutes and count that towards my cardio move.
No.
And I'm calling shenanigans.
No.
This room is not going to help you lie.
I started my period. It started dripping down my leg. I had to stop.
Those were raspberries. You got to secure the back of this thing.
Oh, tomato!
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
okay.
man. But
Assassin's Creed comes out for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3
Garlic
on
is good
November
for you.
13th.
You are
spraying.
Okay.
You're spraying. Now that Around the Net is over, we have to do the right thing and drink the unholy juice that we created. Because
okay, I can't do it. I'm scared.
There's nothing quite as refreshing after a long round of interneting, exercising, and juicing, right? It's having a little tasty treat. Let's get some raspberries in there.
Speaking of sweat, you are dripping.
Well, I'm because I've been running the whole time and not cheating like you, sweetheart.
It's like you're in labor.
I'm going up.
I get a powder every break. That's what I do. Nate, thanks for the question, but maybe you should probably stop communicating. Just delete him from your MySpace altogether. You're drinking it? Go, 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 go!
Too much chumba.
Go to GMOTV.com/AOTS for all the things you saw today and more.
Thanks to our guest, Jolene Blaylock. Next play starts right now. Good night, everybody.